Fox News, President Trump is planning to rebrand the Defense Department in an executive order today, bringing back an old name, the Department of War, but only as a secondary title for now.
Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth will also be referred to as Secretary of War, according to the White House. The order instructs Hegseth to propose both legislative and executive actions to make the name change permanent, one of several initiatives the Trump administration is taking as part of what it calls its Warrior Ethos campaign.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. National Guard troops will remain on patrol in Washington, D.C. for a while. The commander has extended the mobilization through November in a crackdown the Trump administration says has dramatically reduced crime. Now, the president plans to send troops to more cities, saying Chicago would be next, calling crime there out of control. Democrats counter that the crime is down. And Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says if the Guard goes into Chicago, he will
immediately go to court. So that's going to be our first line of defense, is getting a court to issue a TRO or other injunction against that activity.
The president at a White House dinner with high-tech leaders last night backed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. after a contentious Senate hearing.
If you look at what's going on in the world with health, and look at this country also with regard to health, I like the fact that he's different.
Democrats laid into and sparred with the Health and Human Services Secretary over vaccine skepticism and the firing of the CDC director and other cutbacks, especially Senator Ron Wyden.
The United States is in the midst of a health care calamity. You've sat in that chair for how long? 20, 25 years, while the chronic disease in our children went up to 76%. And you said nothing.
Some Republican senators also questioned Kennedy on vaccines. A legal victory for the Trump administration. A federal appeals court has overruled a federal judge blocking an order to wind down operations at Alligator Alcatraz, the facility housing illegal immigrants. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A shooting in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing on radar. 57 degrees in the capital city, going up to 77. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 6:02. Two women were shot early this morning just a stone's throw away from this radio station along South Meridian Street. The women were standing on a sidewalk, say police, when they got into an argument with the man who pulled out a gun, shot them, and then ran off. Indy Metro Police said Thursday that violent crime is trending down. As far as what the mayor has been saying about the city's progress.
Do you think your city is safe?
Yes, I do believe Indianapolis. Over the last 3 years, we have reduced criminal homicides by over 50%. And while we still have a ways to go, the numbers are trending in the right direction.
IMPD Chief Chris Bailey admitted that when it comes to crime, perception is reality for a lot of people. An Indiana State trooper was taken to the hospital last night after a person who police say was drunk hit her car along I-65 near downtown. The trooper was blocking another trooper's car who was helping somebody who had broke down. Her injuries are not life-threatening. The season is over for Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark.
Clark has had a few injuries this season, and she's not played in a game since July 15th. Fever General Manager Amber Cox said the team is giving Clark every available resource to try and help her recover, but time was not on their side, and there was just not enough time left in the season for her to safely return. Clark says she's frustrated, but she appreciates the support from the fans. The Fever have 3 games left in the regular season, and they're still in contention for the WNBA postseason. Reporting outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis, John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indianapolis Colts kick off the season against the Miami Dolphins on Sunday, and week 3 of high school football kicks off tonight. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com, you have traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
All right, reminder that Washington Street on the west side is shut down in that new spot that started Monday, Belmont over to Harding Street. And that's because of Blue Line construction going on for 6 months. And then on the east side, we have another Blue Line construction zone. It's Washington and Sherman, and that intersection is closed for about 2 weeks until September 15th. So, yeah, 10 days left on that. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today. Again, that's Progressive.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What are you doing?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. Pretty quiet here this morning. Crisp, comfortable. Might be a little hazy here early this morning, but really no big problems. We'll go partly cloudy this afternoon, a high around 74. There is a weak cold front that's going to move through tonight. There might be a spotty shower along and south of I-70 overnight leading into Saturday morning, but not a big deal. Low down to 53. Again, Saturday, some clouds, a few sprinkles. The rest of the day looks spectacular. We'll see sunshine, a high of 72. No problem. Sunday should be sunny from start to finish, highs in the low 70s. And Monday, mostly sunny, a little warmer with highs into the mid-70s.
That is Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. Marcus, as always, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Get back to work. Go do good things. 54 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:06.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
So are they going into Chicago? I do not have an answer. One could assume that the move into Chicago is going to take place, that you will see the National Guard getting there. Hasn't happened yet. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. In addition, there's the conversation of Baton Rouge, where a girl was murdered while in her car. Another car pulls up next to it, just starts firing. In the difference between these two places, you have a Republican governor in Louisiana who is saying, come on down. Jeff Landry is his name. Saying, absolutely, come to Louisiana. Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Shreveport, wherever it is you want to be. We would love to have you. We would love the help. If the left wants to make the argument that Trump is targeting blue cities and blue states, and why doesn't he target cities in red states? I accept. You want to start in Baton Rouge? Go right ahead. You want to start in Shreveport? Go ahead. You want to start in Louisiana? In New Orleans? Go ahead. Make Indianapolis next. Let us see it. I do not know. I was on Sean Spicer's show yesterday and said very clearly, I'm not sure why Governor Braun isn't making this move himself. Why not? If the argument is, man, we could really use the resources, let's get the resources. Trust Joe Hogsett, who had the audacity to brag to our own Ryan Hedrick that crime is down. I don't know if you heard that audio in the top of the hour news. It'll get played again. Bragging that crime is down as if this place is safe. That is surreal. But that is part and parcel of this party, part and parcel of Joe Hogsett. Honesty. transparency. There's none of that. Then again, I am now more and more convinced that Hogsett is nothing more than this very, very uninteresting figurehead. And Lord only knows what work is being done behind the scenes by Dan Parker. Maybe Bob Bosley is trusted enough to have some small corner of it. There's no part of me that believes these days that Hogsett is actually involved in the day-to-day. Listen to him. Does he sound like a guy involved in the day-to-day? Does he sound like somebody connected? He's a ribbon cutter. That's all he is. He's a ribbon cutter. He's a lip buster. He is a liar to women. That's what he is. So no, somebody else has got to be running the show here. I mean, it has to be. But yes, Governor Braun should say, Indianapolis, President Trump, let's go. Let's clean this mother up. Let's just get it done. Tony, you favor militarizing the streets. I favor actually being honest about what's happening on the streets. Streets aren't good. Everybody knows it. And only the people who work to prop up Joe Hogsett to this fake mission he has of being mayor, only they don't want to admit reality. Will he go into Chicago? I got to assume, although I don't know how that's going to work. I don't actually think that the president has that level of authority to just say, we don't like your crime problem, we're going to clean it up. We think that there's an invasion afoot, and so therefore we're going to assist. Well, that would at least be Article 4, Section 4. Maybe. We'll see. But invited? Oh, yes. We should be inviting. But I just don't know if Braun has what it takes to do that. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick. Another big data center project at 632. Nominations are now open for IBJ's inaugural CEO and C-Suite Awards. Nominate your favorite C-Suite executive by September 5th at ibj.com/events.
What's up, Indy? Hammer and Nigel here for Window Nation. Now is the best time of the year to buy new windows. Whether you have old, drafty windows or cheap builder-grade ones, September is the perfect month to protect your home from cooler weather. And right now, Window Nation is offering their most popular offer. Buy 2 replacement windows, get 2 for free. Plus, no interest, no monthly payments, no down payments for 2 years.
And did I mention their installation crews can replace a house full of windows in 1 day or less? With Window Nation, you get top quality windows from a trusted company, all at a reasonable price because they know replacing windows is an investment and they want to make it affordable for you. Don't miss Window Nation's most popular offer. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. And remember, you'll pay nothing for 2 years. Hurry, Indy, you need to hurry because this sale won't last forever. 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com to get that free quote.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago Senator Dick Durbin. And now Dick Durbin has a new scheme, a government takeover of your credit card. Today, consumers have thousands of choices in credit cards, all with equal, strong security. But Durbin's plan is less competition and less security. And that means more risk for your credit and your identity. Tell Republicans in Congress, stop Dick Durbin's takeover of your credit card before it's too late.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swingco Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement, a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swingco 317-407-1868 or swingcollc.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Fall is approaching and Sundown Gardens is ready to help you. Visit the Garden Center for all things fall as the Labor Day sale is continuing. Now at Sundown Gardens, save 20% on all trees and shrubs, 30% on all pottery. These are the deals you just don't want to miss, so get ahead on the fall planning, add some color with high-quality pottery, and ensure your property is beautiful for the fall season ahead. Sundown Gardens on the corner of 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield, sundown.gardens.com. That's sundown.gardens.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Northbound 65 south side looking pretty good as you make your way up through the construction. 465 to the south split. Those of you trying Madison Avenue, yeah, that's construction too, as they reduce Madison Avenue and narrow it for pedestrian path and other things they're doing there. That is a very narrow construction zone, one with a lot of bad activity in it, so please be careful. Again, that's Madison Avenue, south of downtown, right around Pleasant Run. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today. Again, that's Progressive.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
I don't know what the temperature is right now, Matt. What do you want it to be?
Felt like 62.
All right, 54 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Bravo.
That's how you were so close. The time is 6:15.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
I don't know what's happening here, but I think we're about to make a baby.
Do that to me one more time.
Told you.
Once is never enough with a man like you.
Matt Bear sings this to me every morning.
One more time. I can never get enough of a man like you.
I don't know about you, but I could just do this all day. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Alligator Alcatraz will remain open. Maybe this is why lower courts are so upset. There are these 12 judges, anonymous. 12 anonymous judges send a letter to the Supreme Court. How angry they are that the Supreme Court is overturning their decisions. This is a true story. I could not make this up if I wanted to. Anonymous judges send this letter that you're overturning our emergency decisions. It's inexcusable, said one judge of the Supreme Court. Quote, they don't have our backs. Kids, do you need a moment? You know what? Put the music back on, producer Carl. Everybody needs a moment after hearing that. They just need a little more smooth, easygoing, take it easy kind of stuff, because that's just nutty. There it is. The fundamental problem being had is these judges say that the Supreme Court doesn't have their back. The job of the Supreme Court is not to have your back, you progressive political judge, activist judge. Their job is to have the Constitution's back. Why don't you? This is it. This is the difference between us and them. You know what else I'm going to need, producer Carl? I'm going to need the chorus of They Not Like Us. I'm going to need that. This is starting to be more and more apparent. If you can make that happen. The judges want the Supreme Court to back them up personally. Constitution be damned. Is that who we are? Again, this goes back to the conversation of, are we a nation of laws or are we a nation of men? If we are indeed a nation of men, then we are subject to the whims of individuals, not citizens under the law. It's a different thing. And the latter thing creates flourishing, and the former thing being a subject of somebody else, that sucks. If I am the subject of someone else, that's slavery. Since everybody knows that I'm right, we don't have to debate what we know to be true. They don't have our backs. Your backs aren't worth having. Your rulings make no sense. They're ideological for a political party so you can get invited to an event. And it isn't about the law. It isn't about the duly elected president of the United States and the rights that president has as president. Never mind the rights that we have as citizens. So I share this story with you as a reminder that there is a difference indeed between these parties, between these thoughts, what it is that moves them and drives them, the underpinnings, the intellectual and philosophical underpinnings of them. And they not like us. Not at all. But it starts with Alligator Alcatraz. This remains open. A federal judge told by an appellate panel that they were wrong to order Florida to dismantle the immigration facility. Now, there was a whole conversation regarding Alligator Alcatraz, regarding sewage, and you're like, Tony, that's gross. Listen, there was a whole conversation about how certain permits were not pulled. Two things to that story, because I have not heard much about it since. Number one, we should really do something about the regulatory environment. I don't know if I have a real issue with saying that if we offer this wonderful world of a sewer system, that you should attach to it properly. And we as a society should ensure that it is attached properly because that's better for the society as a whole. That's an argument for a level of regulation. The counter argument to this is we have too many regulations, giving government way too much power and thwarting the ability of the people to build and create. Somewhere there's a happy medium. Both arguments happen to have legitimacy. We can find the happy middle ground. But you didn't pull a permit to make sure that the stuff can flow? I would have liked it if they had fired somebody over that. That's a big miss. That's a big, stinky miss. Google is facing a $425 million fine. Federal jury ordering them to pay. I shouldn't say fine, I should say decision. Improperly snooping on people's smartphones during a nearly decade-long period of intrusions. San Francisco federal court got to the verdict, a 2-week trial in a class action case covering about 98 million smartphones operating in the U.S. between July of 2016 and September of 2024, which gets $4 per device. Class actions are always weird because if you are not the person leading the class, I don't know how you get paid. The lawyers get paid. Lawyers love a class action suit. But as for the snooping, I think I speak for everyone. If you find Google $1 billion, they would pay it today and they would be snooping tomorrow. True or false? Who believes that? Is that everybody raising their hands? Please, 2 hands on the wheel. I don't need to make Matt Bear busy this morning. This is the thought. That this is just the way it is. As we have all said, you mean I'm talking about subject X for 5 minutes and the next thing you know, my phone is serving up ads for subject X? We get it. We get it. Here, let me speak into my phone right now. Mark Zuckerberg sucks. Mark Zuckerberg sucks. He was sitting next to President Trump yesterday at that meeting of CEOs at the White House. Elon Musk was not there. I'll get into that. And it is now the Department of War. The executive order will come today. The Department of Defense will be named the Department of War. For those people who want to, I don't know, clutch their pearls, whatever the case may be, it was always the Department of War. It was the War Secretary. It was the Department of War until 1949. Then it became the Department of Defense. Now it's going back. The interesting argument here about is how do we view it? Do we somehow view it differently? And I think that if you spend time thinking about that question, the answer is a little bit. We're not here to defend the homeland. We're here to make sure that anybody who screws with us dies. Honestly, that's better recruitment, right? Defend the homeland is one thing. That guy just messed with us. Let's go destroy him. Something totally different. Is the renaming attitudinal? And does it help? And I think certainly the argument from the Trump administration is going to be yes. Attitude does matter. The approach does matter. And since it was already the Department of War, that's all I've got to say. Matt Baer has traffic. What's going on, Matthew?
South side, northbound, 65. Looks pretty good right now as you make your way up through the construction. It's Keystone Avenue into the South Split. Airport runners taking people from the downtown hotels out to Indianapolis International. You have smooth sailing right now as you travel westbound 70 from Meridian Street West, wherever you hop on at. Out to the airport collector, Ronald Reagan Parkway. Nothing that's going to slow you down. Going to take you about 9 minutes right now, as we have no traffic on westbound 70 from downtown to the airport. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior design, or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
The labor market growth slows dramatically.
Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Take the work out of fall cleanup this year at Quality Supply and Tool, where there's a huge Milwaukee Power Tool sale going on until November 2nd while supplies last. Buy the M18 Fuel Edger, hedge trimmer, pole saw, or pruning shears, and get the M18 Red Lithium XE5 battery free. That's a $169 value. Quality Supply and Tool also has big savings on M18 Fuel handheld and backpack blowers, plus 16 and 20-inch battery chainsaws. With locations in Jeffersonville, Bloomington, Lafayette, and South Harding Street in Indy, Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box. Store.
Oh, let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom-built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5, and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Since 1983, over 80,000 customers have trusted their home to B Window.
We're now employee-owned, and that means we treat your home like it's our own.
From energy-efficient windows that can cut your energy costs by up to 50%.
To stylish doors, siding, and custom bathroom models, we have you covered.
And every project is backed by our industry-leading warranty.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at
B Window,
we mean business.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
Kirby Heating. We have over 40 years of experience to help during your time of need. Call or go to kirbyheating.com.
Kirby Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Scrolling all day. Clickbait every
everywhere. But the facts, they're harder to find.
WIBC didn't just report the story. They explained why it matters.
I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go.
I check the WIBC website every morning before I even open social media.
Online, on social, on air. Stay in the know while you're on the go.
You've got to stay in the know.
Stay informed.
Now more than ever, we have information.
93 WIBC and WIBC.com. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Making America healthy again, but not without a fight. Nothing on radar. 57 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 77. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced some questions about his management of the department during a 3-hour-long hearing yesterday.
The calls from Democrats for HHS Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. to step down or be fired are growing. On Thursday, they laid into Kennedy over his handling of vaccines, his COVID booster guidelines, and his firing of the CDC director. But Kennedy is defending his tenure. Some Republicans also grilled Kennedy over his vaccine moves. Wyoming Senator John Barrasso and Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy, both doctors, expressed some health concerns, but the president is standing by Kennedy. Kennedy told senators he might fire others at the CDC, which will likely roil more lawmakers on Capitol Hill.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. On Thursday night, President Trump praised Kennedy as more than 1,000 current and former HHS employees called for him to resign. The Powerball jackpot for Saturday has climbed to $1.7 billion, which is the fourth largest jackpot in U.S. history. Jake McDaniel reports on 3 Hoosier players who have already won big.
3 $50,000 tickets were sold in the state for Wednesday's drawing. The winning Powerball numbers were 3, 16, 29, 61, 69, with the Powerball being 22. A double play ticket also won, with the numbers 7, 32, 39, 50, 61, and the Powerball of 4. The winning tickets were purchased at gas stations in Crawfordsville, Knightstown, and Fishers. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And that cash option is more than $500 million. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. You have traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. A potential $1 billion data center project in Clinton County is moving forward following a planning meeting that touched on everything from taxes to drainage infrastructure. While the property developer Logistics Realty received a no recommendation from plan officials, the proposal now moves to county commissioners. Logistics President Doug Swain says the data center would hire around 170 full-time employees and could generate $265 million in property tax revenues over 25 years. Richmond-based Reed Health has appointed Ben Wells as its new president and CEO. Wells succeeds Craig Kenyon, who led the health system for nearly 17 years. Wells had served as acting president and CEO for Reed Health since February after Kenyon requested an indefinite leave of absence. Ground has been broken for the Indiana Fever Sports Performance Center, a $78 million investment on the site of the former Marion County Jail in downtown Indianapolis. It will be among the largest practice facilities for any WNBA team when it opens and will be part of a burgeoning fieldhouse district near Gainbridge Fieldhouse. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
At Indiana University, we're undaunted by challenge. We take the lead. We don't follow the crowd. Embracing the future with creativity and bravery. Unapologetically optimistic. Equipped with the knowledge and intention to change the world. Because bold is who we are. 9 campuses, 1 purpose. Creating tomorrow, today. Indiana University. Bring on tomorrow. Join us at iu.edu.
East Central Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Muncie. Join us for Innovate East Central Indiana at Ball State University, September 17th. A powerful afternoon of ideas, innovation, and insight, part of the Innovate Indiana series, presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. We're talking talent, technology, and transformation, and what's next for the region. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Evansville-based Shoe Carnival is reporting fiscal second quarter net income of $19.2 million. That's down from $22.6 million during the same period last year. Despite the dip in profit, the footwear retailer says its efforts to convert more of its stores to the Shoe Station banner has resulted in an 8% growth in year-to-date sales. Shoe Carnival acquired Alabama-based Shoe Station in 2021 for $67 million. Tennessee-based third-party logistics company Geodis, Inc. says it plans to hire about 640 seasonal workers in the Indianapolis area ahead of the holiday shopping season. The company says the effort will significantly enhance its operational capacity at warehouse and distribution centers in Plainfield, near Indianapolis International Airport. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Southside northbound 65 beginning to slow down from Raymond Street up to the South Split, and that is a construction zone. Hey, if you're coming in for the Colts game this weekend, coming down from Fishers, you will have lane reductions on southbound of 465 down to one lane. That begins tonight at 9 p.m., ends Monday at 6 a.m. So keep that in mind if you're going to the Colts season opener this weekend. Again, that's southbound 465 reduced to one lane from Fallen Creek Road to I-70. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 54 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:36. A check on sports. Ryan Hedges, what's going on?
Tony, good morning. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Dallas Cowboys 24-20 in a season opener that included a 1-hour lightning delay and one player ejected for spitting on Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott.
He was insulting me. Like, I wouldn't spit on somebody. I'm damn sure not trying to spit on you. Like, we're about to play a game. I'm wondering why you're trying to mess with the rookie. And so when I stepped through, I actually said the words like, what the hell would I, excuse me, but I'm probably even more colorful. What would I need to spit on you for? And he just spit on me in that moment.
Prescott talked about his run-in with defensive tackle Jalen Carter. Carter admitted he messed up and said it won't happen again. The Indianapolis Colts open the season at home Sunday against the Miami Dolphins, and Daniel Jones at quarterback with Jonathan Taylor in the backfield.
He has to make sure, everyone is in the right places, the right position. Of course, we need to know our book as well, but as far as he's like the general on the field.
And Sunday's game starts at 1. Caitlin Clark says she's done for the year. The Fever Guard posted an update Thursday, and she's been sidelined since mid-July with a groin injury. Sports, I'm Ryan Hedrick.
So you got the Colts playing this weekend. JMV will join us in a little bit to break that down. You've got the Eagles, as you heard, beating the Cowboys last night. Don't spit on anybody. Did Dak Prescott spit first? It's Spitgate. I don't know. 9 million jokes, and I'm not going to make any of them. It is not a good look for the NFL. And as for Caitlin Clark being out for the season, she announces, we've got the story at WIBC.com. Caitlin Clark announces she's going to miss the rest of the season. That's that. The Fever, I certainly hope they make it to the playoffs. Maybe they don't make it to the playoffs. And we should be clear that this disaster is the WNBA's fault. You cannot get anyone of a rational mind to believe that Caitlin Clark would not have been injured if not for better refereeing and a willingness to deal with those players who so hate Caitlin Clark, they decided that overly physical was the only answer. She could have been injured another way. She could have had her other issues. Everything else could have gone wrong. But you cannot get anyone to believe that the WNBA didn't do this to her. The WNBA absolutely did this to her. Now, I am saying that they proactively did this to her. You could argue that it was bad refereeing, a lack of refereeing, it's an act of omission. I argue that there is no way there's an act of omission against the person who is the entire league and is the only reason anybody is talking about it, even on the sidelines. The WNBA continues to do better than it ever has because of her. End of list. There's nothing else. They did this. They did this. I don't know what it means for it could, if they do make a playoff run, could she come back? I don't know what it means for next season. Certainly one can imagine what it means for ticket sales and for television. And while this is happening, Angel Reese up there in Chicago is starting to make demands of her team. You need to get a better coach. You need to get better players or I'm out of here. Where are you going to go? You're terrible. You're not the league. No one is watching for Angel Reese. You still haven't figured out where you are in the pecking order. You are the heel, right? You're the heel. But you're not good as the heel, right? You can think that Bill Laimbeer was nothing more than a guy throwing punches, but he was on championship teams. You can argue Dennis Rodman was nothing more than an instigator, but his rebounding was beyond belief. He contributed. You can't hit the shot. WNBA has to make decisions about the kind of league they want to have. A lot of players have stepped up. There's an opportunity to make stars out of a bunch of them, and a lot of them are on the fever. Go do it. But you also got to protect the players. You got to protect the league. Let's see if they make the changes. Because if they don't, I don't expect Caitlin Clark to play more than 17 games a season. Not with the way she gets knocked around. No shot. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning.
What you put into your body is because of your relationship with your body and your God.
What happens next?
Government does not have that right.
Happens here.
The CDC has overseen a Chernobyl-level failure.
Another update is just minutes away.
The city could lose $500,000 next year.
Hear the news.
They've made record amounts of money under Biden, sex trafficking women and children.
Data centers proposed in Franklin Township would make your electricity and water bills go up.
Stay in the know.
99% of people have been against it.
While you're on the go.
It's JMV. Fall is approaching, and Miss M's Home and Garden is ready to help you. Visit the Garden Center for all things fall as the Labor Day sale continues. Now at Miss M's, save 20% on all trees, shrubs, and patio furniture, plus 30% on all pottery. These are the deals you do not want to miss. Get ahead on the fall planning, add some color with the high-quality pottery, or get a few pieces of poly patio furniture just in time for cooler fall nights. Miss M's on State Road 135, south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
It's hot out there.
The weather's hot.
And when we say hot,
But the headlines, they're even hotter.
I mean extremely hot.
The news of the day is heating up.
IMPD officers shot at least 3 times. One suspect was also shot.
Diego Morales, Secretary of State, in his bizarro international travel.
Playing out right in front of us every single day.
Stay cool.
Finally, a cool down is coming.
Stay informed.
All the information right here.
Stay with 93 WIBC.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Kendall and Casey.
The ultimate job of why we send people to Congress is not to be a teammate or an opposition to the president. It's to be a check and balance. If there's areas you agree, great, you vote together. If there's areas you don't agree, you push back. And all we see now in terms of our Congress is just, hey, if it's Democrat, it's blanket opposition. And if you're Republican, it's blatant errand boy behavior.
Kendall and Casey, weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com. Don't wait to hear it from someone else.
I says, oh, yeah? And she says, yeah, that's right.
The WIBC Daily Newsletter brings you the headlines, videos, and moments everyone will be talking about next. Hammer and Nigel.
The state of Texas can require voter ID for mail-in ballots.
It's not required already.
But Joe Biden got 82 million legal votes, Nigel. If you think otherwise, you might as well put the tinfoil hat on, okay? I don't think it's asking too much to have some sort of proof that you're a legal citizen in your mail-in ballot. Find a way.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
The labor market growth slows dramatically.
Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Traffic on the 5s. Map Air, WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening?
South side northbound 65. Stop and go traffic before Raymond Street into the south split because of construction work. And checking out the northeast side, that's a clear path construction project. Looks pretty good right now as you make your way through I-69 and that 465 interchange. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
54 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:46. Is this a Yacht Rock day because JMV's here?
That's Yacht Rock Day because it's Friday and we're sailing into the weekend.
Oh, look at you. Wow. Well done, producer Carl. It's much calmer here. Tony Katz in the Morning News. I'm Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Much calmer than it was at the hearing yesterday with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Here's Senator Wyden.
How many preventable child deaths are an acceptable sacrifice for enacting an agenda that I think is fundamentally cruel and defies common sense? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do I get a reply? Or, Senator, you've sat in that chair for how long? 20, 25 years, while the chronic disease in our children went up to 76%. And you said nothing. You never asked the question why it's happening. Why is this happening? Today, for the first time in 20 years, we learned that infant mortality has increased in our country. It's not because I came in here. It's because of what happened during the Biden administration that we're going to end.
I'm going to let
Now, it was a surreal experience yesterday. And I will say it again for the people in the cheap seats. I did not select Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I did not want Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He is a progressive. But if he's going to do things like this.
You promised that you would not take away vaccines from anyone who wanted them. You just changed the classification of the COVID vaccine.
I'm not taking them away from people, Senator.
It takes it away if you can't get it from your pharmacist.
Well, most Americans are going to be able to get it from their pharmacy for free. Most Americans will be able to get it from their pharmacy for free.
The question is, everyone who wants it, that was your promise.
I know I didn't. I never promised that I was going to recommend products with which there is no indication.
When you said...
And I know you've taken $855,000 from pharmaceutical companies, Senator.
Did you hope...
Yeah, it was something. It was a something else. It got rough. It got ugly. It got angry, and of course, the chorus of people who demand that he resign.
Mr. Kennedy never should have received so much as a hearing in the United States Senate. So obviously unqualified, and unfit for this office, is he? He never should have been confirmed by the United States Senate, and he needs to resign.
First, Senator John Ossoff of Georgia. It's Secretary Kennedy, not Mr. Kennedy. And secondly, you make Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey look downright manly. If the argument is he's not doing what I want him to do, that's not an argument. If the argument is we are fundamentally unsafe because of his participation, you have to prove that. That has not been proven. I would argue that we were fundamentally unsafe because of Alejandro Mayorkas as the Secretary of Homeland Security. So much so that the House did impeach, and Chuck Schumer, who controlled the Senate at the time, refused to hold the trial. Refused to hold the trial on impeachment. Alejandro Mayorkas was unfit. You disagree with what RFK is doing. Now, again, I'll tell you, I don't put progressives in the cabinet. When it's my cabinet, I'm not putting progressives in the cabinet. That's just a given, so you know. But everybody who is of a rational mind, which is to say, not John Ossoff, understands that in America, in America's eyes, he is winning this thing. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., this whole Maha movement, everything else, he's winning this thing in a large way. Having a conversation that Americans connect to regarding health. Now, that's true about food dyes, and that's true about physical fitness. I think he is winning there left and right. On the vaccine conversation, there are legitimate questions, because I think that his position is still a little murky, although he did say in the testimony yesterday in front of that Senate committee, there is no doubt that the COVID vaccine, as designed via Operation Warp Speed, for that first version of COVID, saved lives. He said that. And of course, people are going to brush over that. They're not going to pay any attention to that. He said it. He admitted it. I find it weird that people don't understand that Operation Warp Speed was incredible. Incredible. In its concept, in its delivery, in its execution. What was wrong was saying to people, you're not allowed to question this stuff. That's super weird. But on the vaccine stance and toto, this was Senator John Barrasso, Republican from Wyoming.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thanks for being with us today. I believe one of President Trump's greatest achievements was his bold and successful actions on COVID. When faced with a global pandemic, he didn't back down. He was determined to find a cure, and through Operation Warp Speed, a vaccine was developed that distributed quickly, safely, effectively, and I believe it saved many, many lives. I think it's a model of American ingenuity and public-private partnership. But this wasn't the first time an American president acted boldly to address disease and vaccines. There's a great book that's out. It's a prize-winning book called The Fate of the Day by Rick Atkinson, and he talks about the courageous efforts by George Washington. During the Revolutionary War, George Washington reversed his opposition to the smallpox vaccine, and he ordered that all the soldiers be vaccinated. It was among the most consequential decisions Washington would ever make. By protecting his troops from smallpox, Washington preserved the Continental Army, which allowed our nation to continue to fight for our independence. And like President Trump, I believe President Washington acted decisively to protect Americans' lives at a time of great national peril. So over the last 50 years, vaccines are estimated to have saved 154 million lives worldwide. I support vaccines. I'm a doctor. Vaccines work. Secretary Kennedy, in your confirmation hearings, you promised to uphold the highest standards for vaccines. Since then, I've grown deeply concerned. The public has seen measles outbreaks, leadership of the National Institute of Health questioning the use of mRNA vaccines, the recently confirmed director of Centers for Disease Control and Prevention fired. Americans don't know who to rely on. You know, recent polls said 89% of voters, 81% of Trump voters agree vaccine recommendations should come from trained physicians, scientists, public health experts.
I do too. But don't be surprised when people don't trust the CDC anymore in a post-COVID world. But Senator Barrasso is engaging a very worthy conversation. Where are you on this conversation about vaccines? Where does the faith come from? Where does the argument come from? Does it come from an ideology? Does it come from actual data? What is it we're looking at here? By the way, the whole story about George Washington is very, very true, because he did not want to do this, but realized that if he didn't try something, we were going to lose the war. It's a fascinating story. That's how a conversation happens. I'm concerned about these things, and here's why. No name calling, no attacking, no anything else, just the thing. We're worthy of this conversation about vaccines. I believe in vaccines. Absolutely. This was good. And I absolutely believe RFK is up to the conversation itself. So let's have it publicly. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
West side, northbound 465 of Washington Street, causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70. This is slowing down. Westbound Sam Jones Expressway to northbound 465. That entrance is backed up here at the moment. Then northbound 65 south side slowing to the south split because of road construction. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior designer. Visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I'm here with Michaela to talk about water damage. Water damage at your home or business can come from heavy rains, broken or frozen pipes, and countless other ways. Michaela, if someone has a loss due to water, why should they call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local, family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. We are manning the phones and ready to help 24/7, 365. Michaelis specializes in water damage restoration, is IICRC certified, and will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I know a big part of getting back to normal is dealing with the insurance company. Can Michaelis help there?
Yes, Michaelis works through the entire process on your behalf to make it easy and give you peace of mind.
If you have water damage, call the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Puccini's Pizza, Pasta, Puccini's. 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 Puccini's Pizza, Pasta, Puccini's.
Neighborhoods
homes are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
Hi, it's T. Brian Hayes here from the Retirement Money Matters Show. The rules, options, and procedures of inheriting money have changed recently, and more proposed changes are expected soon. These changes will require your retirement plan to be updated to adjust and adapt to minimize your tax liability on inherited money. Join me this weekend as we share with you the new rules and regulations and what you can do now to help protect your retirement plan. The Retirement Money Matters Show airs this Saturday morning at 6 a.m. right here on WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett is saying about crime in the downtown area, why Indy Metro Police had to respond to downtown and mark it off with crime scene tape, and what the Indiana Fever are saying about Caitlin Clark's injury status. After Fox News, you are listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
Bringing back an old name. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. This is what President Trump plans to do by executive order today, rebranding the Department of Defense to what it used to be called.
The president will change the name to Department of War to project a tough image for America's military. The name cannot be formally changed without legislation, which the administration will request from Congress. Democrats oppose the move, but Republican Senator Rick Scott is urging lawmakers to codify it.
Fox's Marianne Rafferty. The change makes it a secondary name for the department for now, and they'll start calling Pete Hegseth the Secretary of War. He's defending the U.S. military strike this week, destroying a boat off the coast of Venezuela that Hegseth says was full of terrorist gang members transporting illegal drugs.
Every boatload of any form of drug that poisons the American people is an imminent threat.
In response, 2 Venezuelan fighter jets flew over a U.S. Navy ship that was part of a recent deployment in the Caribbean. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in Ecuador, where he designated 2 gangs foreign terrorist organizations. National Guard troops will remain on patrol in Washington, D.C. through November. Fox's Jared Halpern's at the White House.
The National Guard was activated as part of President Trump's surge of federal law enforcement to combat crime in D.C. The extension of the troop presence comes as the D.C. Attorney General filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, arguing the deployment is an illegal military occupation.
Democrats are also pushing back, threatening legal action in other cities the president is considering sending troops to. President reiterating support for Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. after a contentious hearing at the Senate.
76.4% of Americans now have a chronic disease. This is stunning.
Democrats like Senator Ron Wyden very critical.
You've sat in that chair for how long? 20, 25 years, while the chronic disease in our children went up to 76%. And you said nothing.
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What Indianapolis police were up to this morning. Nothing on radar. 58 degrees on Monument Circle, going up to 77. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. 2 women were shot early this morning during some type of confrontation downtown. It happened along South Meridian Street at about 3 o'clock in the morning. The women standing on the sidewalk got into an argument with the man who pulled out a gun, shot them, and then ran away. Indy police report a drop in crime over the past 5 years, and Mayor Joe Hogsett says the city's strategy is working.
I am proud of IMPD's efforts to make sure that our residents are safe downtown. And the truth is, it is a place where people are safe.
He added,
there are unfortunate incidents, but frankly, unfortunate incidents occur all over the town.
Mayor Hogsett spoke with WIBC after breaking ground on the Indiana Fever's new practice court built on the side of the old Marion County Jail. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark also attended the event. Later in the day, she announced that she wouldn't be returning this season as she continues to recover from a groin injury.
Clark and the Fever both announced that Clark will have to miss the remainder of the season. She's battled several ailments this year with a groin injury injury being the one that's hampered her the most and only allowed her to play in 13 games. The Fever's GM says the long-term health of Clark is their top priority, but time was just not on their side this year. The Fever have 3 games remaining, and they still have a shot to play in the WNBA playoffs. Reporting from outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis, John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A person who police say was drunk hit an Indiana State Trooper's car late last night along I-65 near downtown, sending her to the hospital. Trooper Haley Howard was blocking a lane at about 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. for another trooper helping somebody that had broken down. Medics took Howard to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police arrested the person who they say was intoxicated. If you're looking for something fun to do in Indy over the weekend, Terry Stacy has what's up.
The 58th Penrod Art Fair, known as Indiana's nicest day, is Saturday at Newfield.
This year's art fair, we have over 1,000 performing, both visual and actual artists. We have 6 different performance stages, so everything from music to dance to ballet to symphony. And then we have our 350 artists that are there coming from all over the country to showcase their amazing artwork.
That's Penrod Chair Ryan Stevens. The fair is open 9 to 5, penrod.org. Terry Stacy, WIBC Mobile News.
Indianapolis Colts open the season at home against the Miami Dolphins, and they will honor the late owner Jim Irsay with a Ring of Honor ceremony at halftime of that game. Kickoff at 1 o'clock. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
It's happening, Ryan. West side crash northbound 465 before Washington. Slowing us down back to Sam Jones Expressway for a 4-minute delay. And also that ramp from Sam Jones to northbound is a little bit backed up right now. South side northbound 65 slows Raymond into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance, insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and progressive.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. We're starting out with temps in the 50s this morning. I think we'll see partly cloudy skies heading into the afternoon. We'll get up to about 74 degrees, so a little bit warmer than what we had yesterday, but still below normal. Tonight, look for partly cloudy skies, maybe a few spotty showers possible late as a cold front moves across the state. I think the best chance will be south of I-70 later this evening with lows near 53. Could see a few early morning showers on Saturday. Otherwise, dry conditions and sunshine for the afternoon. A touch cooler, highs near 72, and beautiful on Sunday. Mostly sunny skies with highs in the lower 70s.
Hey, Tara, just a quick question for you. Would you say I'm a grifter?
A what?
A grifter. Somebody who's involved in the grift.
I don't even know what a grifter. In the grift?
A grifter, a con man.
Oh. A person who engages in petty or small-scale swindling. No, I don't think you're a grifter.
Right. Well, according to some of the people there on Twitter, I'm not a real Hoosier, and all I am on radio is a grifter, and I'm paid to lie to people. That's the official position
paid to
of
lie
trolls.
To oh, okay.
That is. I just want you to know where the trolls are at, Tara Hastings.
Oh gosh, these
right?
trolls.
This is what I deal with.
They just need to live in the forest.
They honestly, they might. They might. I do not know. Maybe they survive on, small shrubs. Who am I? Who am I to decide for them? I just wanted to let you know where my morning's at. I'm going to be addressing this at 7:15. You should stay tuned.
Oh,
stay tuned.
I can't wait. You're going to use big words. I like it.
That's possible. It's always possible. But I don't want to confuse these people, so I'll try and make it simplistic.
Oh, I bring it down.
Man of the people.
Gotcha.
Tara Hastings, like I would ever lower myself. You either rise to my level or get out of the room.
Exactly.
Tara Hastings.
100%.
100. Wish TV meteorologist. Appreciate you. 55 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:08.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
Game 1, week 1, I should say, of the season. The Daniel Jones era has begun, because what we need is another new starting quarterback. Although I will say I called it, and I have faith. I do. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. JMV joins us right now. He is the voice of sports in Indiana on 93.5, 107.5. The Fan, you take a look at this game. You got a couple people who are questionable. Actually, just Tyler Goodson right now, who is questionable for the game. The Dolphins, they got quite a few people who are questionable, including Tyreek Hill, wide receiver. Talk to me about this game and what you see.
Well, I see if the Colts win, first of all, I call this a must-win because I picked them to go 8-9 this season. I think them going over 500 does hinge upon how they started, especially in this game on Sunday. So we'll begin there, but I think it's going to have to be a great deal of Jonathan Taylor lean. Tony, that's not an original thought by any stretch, but you mentioned Daniel Jones, the new quarterback. I think they have weapons around him, but the biggest weapon is that of Jonathan Taylor. And you're not going to get spectacular quarterback play out of Daniel Jones. What you want is steady quarterback play, sound decision-making, operationally speaking, making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be, and staying out of bad situations, meaning don't turn over the football. How do you do that? You hand the ball often to Jonathan Taylor and let one of the better players in the NFL, and certainly, Tony, one of the better running backs in the NFL, do the work on Sunday. That's where I would start with the game plan, and that's how I think they're going to go about doing it.
Now, for the people in the cheap seats, what's wrong with that game plan? That sounds like exactly what you want. Hand off the ball and have a guy who can operate, between 5 and 8 yards in passing.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. That's why I cobbled that together just now for you, because I think it's a sound process to get a week 1 win, which they need dramatically. Tony, when you think about it, you start out 2 games at home, Denver next week, Miami this week, then you're on the road at Tennessee. If you're going to have a golden opportunity this season with this team, I think it is early, and we all know the dynamics of starting out seasons. They haven't won since, 2013. I think it's 11 years of futility in starting out the season. That has to change on Sunday, and Jonathan Taylor, I think, is the key for that being able to change on Sunday.
Talking to JMV, the voice of sports in Indiana, we talk about Daniel Jones, which is a conversation about Anthony Richardson, and, of course, Chris Ballard had this very odd presser the other day where he was asked about Anthony Richardson, and he became very defensive. He was like that Martin Short character. I know he's not the starter. What are you talking about? Why would anybody say that? Like, it was this very odd, strange kind of pattern, defensiveness from the general manager. As we walk into week 1 here, and we talk about Daniel Jones, we got to talk about Anthony Richardson. Has he become a distraction for the team? Not necessarily his fault, or is he embracing where he's at to be ready for the moment when it comes, because it could?
Tony, I think he's embracing the moment right now. I think he's trying to be as professional as possible, and that's really all you can ask for. His agent is probably going to fumble about out there a little bit, figure out whether or not he's going to ask for a trade from the Colts or blah, blah, blah. But Anthony Richardson, from what I gather, is handling it as well as you can handle, being the 4th overall selection and not starting out season number 3 of your career as the starter under center and having somebody else who has 6 years in, 20 games under 500, who got cut from his team, got bounced from his own team to start in your place. So I don't think you can honestly, to this point, Tony, handle it any better. We'll see how it goes early on in the season. But, again, to this point, I think he's handled it as well as anybody could.
Before I let you go, we talk about the offensive side of the ball. Talk to me about defensively, some people let go when they cut down to a 53-man roster, some new names brought in, especially in that secondary. What say you?
The secondary has to come clean coming up on Sunday because they put that together. Lou Anarumo comes in. A lot of his bits and pieces and parts, it's put together by him. You get Mooney Moore, you get Bynum coming in. That secondary has to stand up, and against Miami it has to because their skill position players, you mentioned Tyreek Hill is a little bit iffy, but their skill position players, including Tua, are there. They're 7-4 on Miami in September games under Mike McDaniels because their guys are normally healthy then and not so healthy once the season goes along. They are dynamic offensively. They are vertical offensively. Your secondary cannot get beat in this game because that is your focus. That's what Lou Anarobo put together, and that would be a bad look if it did not come correct on Sunday. So that's what you're going to watch for with the Colts defensively, is how they defend this Miami team that's got elite-level offensive talent that's going to be healthy and ready to go.
Make the prediction. What is the score on when we wake up on Monday?
23-21 Colts is my prediction. They break the losing trend in week 1, Tony. I don't feel great about it, but that's my prediction.
JMV, the voice of sports in Indiana, starting at 3 p.m. over there at 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. Appreciate it. Thank you. Much more to get to. Keep it here, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks, and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
AdventNose.com. Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
South side, northbound 65, slow traffic from Raymond into the South Split because of construction. West side, crash, northbound 465 shy of Washington. And blocks the right lane, causing slow traffic back to I-70 delay at 6 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance, insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs. For protection on the road and on the water, see how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
54 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:15.
When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you've saved, it's what you keep that matters. Howard Bailey Financial invites you to join our free educational event featuring nationally recognized IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott, where he will focus on strategies to help reduce unnecessary taxes, avoid common mistakes, and plan smarter for the years ahead. This event is ideal for anyone in or nearing retirement who wants to make the most of what they've saved. Reserve your spot at the Forum in Fishers on Thursday, September 11th by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Let me give you a part 2. It's not every day you get a part 2. But my, oh my. After sharing some information yesterday about Josh Lowry, the chairman of the Hamilton County Democrats, and I was explaining this to everybody going to school out there. Hey, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Going to have a great day at school. Going to learn something. Going to be fantastic, right? Head up, shoulders back. Walk in knowing like you know who you are. It's a good plan. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Gearing up for the popcorn moment. Brought to you by Booher Remodeling. BOOHER. BooherRemodeling.com. Your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement. If it's inside the four walls, Booher Remodeling is the call. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. These are such good people. For over 2 decades, Booher Remodeling, taking care of Central Indiana, making things amazing, and the most communicative people in the history of mankind. Every day. You know what's happening. You know who's going to be there. And they show up and they do the thing. It's clockwork. It is precision. And therefore, the stress is gone. It doesn't exist. You know what's going to happen. You know how it's going to work. And they make it happen. And they guide you through the entire process, starting with that free initial consultation. And they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Talk to Boer Remodeling today about your kitchen, about your bathroom, about your basement, whatever your need is inside those 4 walls. Boer Remodeling. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Boer, Booher, BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. There it is. It's a story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn because there is more. But first, I share this story about Josh Lowry. He chairs the Hamilton County Democrats, and he lied about me, as we discussed yesterday, making a claim that I am doing something I'm not doing. I have, since the beginning, called for the Epstein files to be released. He made the statement that he never agrees with Marjorie Taylor Greene, but she's doing the right thing here. Compare that to the Epstein-Trump cover-up that Fox News, Representative Sparks, and the Indiana GOP are taking part in, while Tony Katz gives them cover. I've never given them cover. I have said release the files. I said that he hasn't apologized. He is a liar, and he's a fraud. And I'm well within my rights to say so. He responded, did Josh Lowry, the Hamilton County Democrats, it's very embarrassing stuff for the Democrats, saying, I didn't say you didn't call for the files to be released. Did you actually read my tweet? He continues, I said you give Republicans cover. Trump clearly shifts the conversation away from his cover-up, and you and right-wing media jump fully on board covering his newest distraction. Producer Carl, how often do I say that moving of the goalposts isn't going to work? The people want the answers about this, and I have called for the release of the files.
Almost every day that the subject is brought up.
There we go. I haven't done anything except be consistent, to which I responded to him. I was clear. I'm not name-calling, guys. You're a liar, Josh Lowry. You're a fraud, Josh Lowry. You know what you said, and you know what you insinuated. Now, here is where a great example of how progressives work comes into play. He then responds with, so does that mean you won't come on my podcast? Do you see what happened here? He lied about me. He got caught in the lie. He made an excuse for the lie. I was able to show that he's making excuses, and so now he wants to change the subject by saying, well, why don't you come on my podcast and talk about it? Oh, you won't come on my podcast. You're not willing to have a conversation. What are you so afraid of? All that will come down the line. I ask you guys, would you go on somebody's podcast if they lied about you? I didn't think you would. There's no value to go on his podcast. Now, maybe I haven't made myself open enough to other people's podcasts. Some things maybe I'm just not interested in. I have 6 hours a day. Maybe, possibly, I'm kind of done talking. But he lied. He knows he lied. He tried to make excuses for his lies by claiming I didn't understand. And then he changed the subject. There are going to be people like this in your life. Again, I remind you, they do not get to control your emotional or mental state. They are what they are. People who are envious, people who are jealous, people who are just angry and bitter, people who are just lashing out because they do, nipping at your heels. Don't pay them any mind. Same thing is true as when you walk right into school. Shoulders back, head high, walk in like you own the place, have a good time. These people, they ain't your friends who are nipping at your heels. Don't worry about them. We get into the popcorn moment right here. I have got a host of things to get to, including this. This was on Fox News, where they do an interview with a woman who lives in Chicago. Of course, the big conversation about whether or not President Trump is going to send the National Guard into Chicago. I would like to see it right here in Indianapolis. Come on, Governor Braun. Why can't we get the help right here? You don't want to see troops, you want to see other things? Okay, get as much help as you can. But this was an interesting story where a mom is being asked, a mom whose daughter, I believe it is, was murdered. What do you think of the safety of this city? Here's what she had to say.
This is a mother of a girl murdered in Chicago who says she wants President Trump to come in and fix the city. Listen.
I would like the governor to ask for help because the things that's in place right now is not working. We scared to sit in our cars. We scared to have our kids walking to school.
I mean, we have residents like you on every single day who are saying, we want the governor to ask for help. We want the federal government to step in. So what more is it going to take?
So the conversation now goes from that woman saying this, lost her daughter, to this interview with this man who lives in Chicago from Fox, from the Fox anchor. You just heard the question. Here's the answer from a Chicago resident.
I think it's going to take one of their own to actually suffer through, some of these things that we go through in Chicago. I actually challenged J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson to actually walk the same streets that I walk here in Chicago. I mean, without the police detail, without the suits, of course. And we'll see if they have that same opinion when it comes to J.B. Pritzker saying that Chicago is safe.
That guy's name is Vashon Tuncle, last name Tuncle. I don't know anything about him. I don't know if he's trained in media. I don't know if he's got a podcast. I don't know anything. First time I've seen him, first time I've heard him. That guy can do the circuit. Walk the same streets I do without the police detail. Let's see what you think about safety and security. That's the guy. This is the guy that the political left doesn't want you to pay attention to, and this is the guy that Trump is paying attention to. The left has put themselves on the side of not doing something about law and order. It's insane. Be proactive. Work with Trump, work with the administration, be able to manage the story a little and get a result. The people want a result. I don't know this guy's politics. I don't know his history. Nothing. But I know that this is the guy voicing the concerns of millions of residents in the Chicago area, and certainly a lot of people in Indianapolis who sadly are way too silent. Governor Braun, call President Trump today. Let's get some results. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
West side northbound 465 before Washington Street. A crash blocking the right lane, causing very slow traffic back to I-70 delay at 9 minutes. Northbound 65 stop and go traffic before Raymond Street into the south split delayed 2 minutes because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel Show, Colts Game 1 preview. Plus, are the feds really thinking about a trans gun ban? Plus, it's Beer Simple Friday, 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers.
What is 988? It's a way forward. It's a listening ear. It's whatever help you need, when you need it. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline offers trained crisis specialists, ready to talk to you 24/7. If you or someone you love is experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis in their life, Call or text 988. Want more information? Visit 988indiana.org.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana. And the best place to start is JoynerHomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at JoynerHomes.com.
As our loved ones age, ensuring their safety at home becomes a top priority. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. I'll be right back with some practical things you can do to reduce the possibility of a fall or injury.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Removing tripping hazards such as rugs and floor clutter is one way to prevent or minimize falls around the home. Another is to position grab bars in the restroom and other common areas where your loved one may need some extra support. Contact your local area agency on aging to inquire about low-cost or free installation services. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel Show, Colts Game 1 preview. Plus, are the feds really thinking about a trans gun ban? Plus, it's Beer Simple Friday, 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
This is Emily with Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning. We're always on call to take care of you. We won't leave you out in the cold.
Schedule now at KirbyHeating.com, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
The labor market growth slows dramatically.
Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It was supposed to be a discussion about America's health. It didn't turn out that way. Nothing on radar. 57 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 77. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31.
I hope that you will tell the American people how many preventable child deaths are an acceptable sacrifice for enacting an agenda that I think is fundamentally cruel.
Thursday afternoon, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced questions from Senate Democrats about recent changes at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. He pushed back, saying the country's health shouldn't be treated like a political debate.
Senator, you've sat in that chair for how long? 20, 25 years, while the chronic disease in our children went up to 76%. And you said nothing. You never asked the question why it's happening. Why is this happening?
And President Trump chimed in on RFK Jr.'s Senate appearance, saying,
if you look at what's going on in the world with health and look at this country also with regard to health, I like the fact that he's different.
Kennedy Jr. outlined his plans to reduce chronic disease across the country with the focus on conditions affecting children. As the Trump administration takes its tariff fight to the Supreme Court, Colorado's leaders say the state's already feeling the cost.
Governor Polis says the state could lose up to $800 million over the next 2 years if tariffs that are currently in place escalate. He says a copy of the report was sent to all 10 members of Colorado's congressional delegation as the state continues to fight the tariffs in court. The governor says sectors like energy, agriculture, construction, medicine, and aerospace are taking the biggest hits. But he says the state is also paying more for things needed in places like schools and highways, adding extra stress as revenue is already down. While tariffs are the focus of the new report, the governor says his office continues to work on mending relationships with some of the state's biggest trade partners.
That's Fox 31 Denver's Gabrielle Franklin reporting. Indy Metro Police are looking into a downtown shooting involving a man, and two women.
Officers responding to a report of a shooting on South Meridian Street sometime around 3 a.m. One of the women says she and a friend were walking along the street when they got into an altercation with the man. He then shot them both and ran away. The two were taken to a hospital. Their conditions are unknown. IMPD is investigating. Right now, they say they do not have any information on the suspect. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Nationwide student walkouts are set to take place today, including here in Indianapolis, as students will march to the State House, and this is all over gun violence happening in schools. This comes weeks after kids were killed at Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Philadelphia Eagles held off the Dallas Cowboys Thursday 24-20 in a penalty-filled season opener that included a lightning delay and an ejection after Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott.
You know, we want to have great energy, tenacity, all those different things, but we got to do it within the rules of the game, and we'll address that. We'll go through that, but we got to get better in that scenario because we need that guy on the field. He's a really good player.
That's head coach Nick Sirianni. The Indianapolis Colts open their season Sunday at home, feeling
definitely a lot of sense of urgency. Core group of guys that's been here for the number of years, and obviously coming up short, one play away, one game away every year.
That's Colts defensive tackle DeForest Buckner. He says the team's locked in on snapping its season-opening losing streak, which has extended over a decade.
We're just eager to change that narrative, and handle business, start fast, and finish faster. So the guys are just ready to get out there and, put all the naysayers to bed.
Sunday's kick at 1 o'clock. Caitlin Clark out for the season, still recovering from a groin injury. The Indiana Fever hosts the Chicago Sky tonight, who will be without Angel Reese due to a one-game suspension for technical fouls, in Week 3 of the high school football season gets underway tonight. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
All right, Ryan, looking at the west side crash, northbound 465 at Washington on the shoulder. Stop-and-go traffic to I-70. South side, 7-minute delay, northbound 65 Keystone Avenue up to the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design, or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Baer on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 56 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Whenever I'm out wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen. Where
Today on the marketplace. Oh, if only I had a working computer. My fault.
Yes.
Oh, I should have been at rehearsal. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. They've got cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff, all sorts of stuff. The Marketplace brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It is your cash. Go get it. It is at IndianaUnclaimed.gov. That last paycheck, that refund you didn't know you were getting, some dividend you forgot you were supposed to receive. Well, it's with the Attorney General, and the Attorney General wants to get it to you. So you go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov. IndianaUnclaimed.gov, or you text my name, Tony, to 46220, and boom, there it is. Easy to find, free, easy to use. Go get your cash. Do it right now. Live stream is happening over at YouTube. You can see Matt Baer right there. He's in the size small girl's shirt right now. He does it on purpose. And there's producer Carl saying, why do I have to be next to this guy? I'm pretty sure that's what he's...
Actually, that's the first thing he said when I walked in the studio.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's pretty painful.
Matt, I have finally found something that we can all agree on.
Oh!
I posted it over there on my Twitter X feed at Tony Katz. This is a 2020 Fat Truck 2.8C Monster, and the answer is, oh dear God, yes, I want this right away.
What do you do with this? It looks like kind of a construction vehicle, except for the snow. I don't know. It has 4 monster truck tires on it.
It looks like an armored personnel carrier, but the personnel is just you.
I thought this was the 2026 Cybertruck, but
this is no. Oh no, Cybertruck wishes it was this. Able to climb and descend 35-degree slopes at 30-degree tilt angles, float on water, and seat 8 in its climate-controlled cabin.
Ooh.
It is an all-terrain, amphibious, all-season vehicle without equal, built by Zeal Motor of Quebec, Canada. Oh, it's Canadian. Never mind.
But you said amphibious, so I could like submerge this in a white river and nobody would see me.
It floats. It won't submerge. It's not a submarine.
Right, you said amphibious, and I hear it, and I think like a shark or something that can go.
It's like
underwater.
a super groovy duck boat.
Oh, wait, we don't want duck boats aren't in anymore. Yeah, there's something bad happened in Missouri.
No, something bad happened with a duck boat.
Oh.
Other duck boats might be okay.
That's a good point.
It's got a roof rack, front and rear winch mount, front and rear D-rings, a towing package with a rear hitch for maximum capability, front LED light bar, 4-corner LED beacons, and tail lights, and comes with Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
Woohoo! I can see this like pulling a tiny house, down 465. That would make my day with like maybe a family of 5 living in the It's like the modern day Winnebago,
It is. Backup alarm, electronic inclinometer, carbon fiber synchronous belt, automatic pressure control, 21-gallon fuel tank, tow package. Honestly, I could do the prices right. Front hinge and winch mount. Now I can't. And it can all be yours, Matt Bear, for $85,000.
Okay, now we're... I don't think that's the best way to spend my money. Okay, I want you to move. Sorry, everybody. I want you to move. Oh, it has reverse. It goes backwards as well as forwards.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
This is for sale in Zionsville. I want to know who owns this. I want to know why they own this. And I want to know why I do not own this.
And you know why it's owned in Zionsville? Because they can afford to fix the streets. That's
right.
why. Which we don't do in Indianapolis. So I don't want to see any of these. Yeah, what?
If you have this, you don't need streets. Where we're going, we don't need roads. I will drive this to my next contract negotiation. Are you in or you out? 85 grand.
Yeah, of course I'm in. Absolutely. 3 years worth of salary. I want to do this. This is going to be fun.
3 years worth of salary. Please. We know what you traffic guys make.
Does this have power steering? I mean, can you actually...
Honestly, I don't know if it has power steering, but great question. We'll ask. Does it have power steering? Should I ask if it has an 8-track as well?
It's like a double-decker bus.
It is. It might be the greatest thing I have seen on here.
I love it, but I'd have to ruin my credit.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it. How are the creditors going to find you? You can climb mountains with this thing.
Could be hiding out in Monroe County Hills,
It is spectacular. The 2020 Fat Truck. I don't even know what Fat Truck is, but I'm telling you right now, if they are not a sponsor of this show by the end of the day, I don't even know what's going on in America.
I used to know a guy named Fat Truck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, everybody loved Fat Truck. Who didn't love Fat Truck?
I'm going to stop there.
What a guy. What a guy. Everything is listed from the Marketplace Finds at WIBC.com. Matt will be back in 3 minutes with traffic. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Scrolling all day. Clickbait everywhere. But the facts, they're harder to find.
WIBC didn't just report the story. They explained why it matters. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go.
I check the WIBC website every morning before I even open social media.
Online, on social, on air. Stay in the know while you're on the go.
You've got to stay in the know.
Stay informed.
Now more than ever, we have information.
93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs. For protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and progressive.com.
Join the Home and Garden Show live this Saturday from 9 till 1. Broadcasting live from Sullivan Hardware and Garden at 71st and Keystone for the Fall Mum Fest. It's one weekend only with mums at the lowest price of the year. The Fall Mum Fest at Sullivan Hardware and Garden.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel Show, Colts Game 1 preview. Plus, are the feds really thinking about a trans gun ban? Plus, it's Beer Simple Friday, 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
What you put into your body is because of your relationship with your body and your God.
What happens next?
Government does not have that right.
Happens here.
The CDC has overseen a Chernobyl-level failure.
Another update is just minutes away.
The city could lose $500,000 next year.
Hear the news.
They've made record amounts of money under Biden, sex trafficking women and children.
Data centers proposed in Franklin Township would make your electricity and water bills go up.
Stay in the know.
99% of people have been against it.
While you're on the go.
Traffic on the 5s, Map Air, WIBC Traffic Center. What do we know?
West side crash northbound 465 before Washington Street. It's on the shoulder and causing slow traffic back to I-70. That's a 4-minute delay. South side northbound 65 delayed 9 minutes. Keystone into the south split because of construction. And inbound 69 slows from 106th Street to 82nd. A 4-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
54 degrees. Is it still 54 degrees? Let's just go with that. How about 56? Even better. 56 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46. The Indiana Democrats considering litigation if the GOP goes about redrawing congressional maps ahead of the 2026 midterms. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. You got a thought? You can always text it to us. You text the name WIBC to 317-239-9393. You text it there, and we'll see it. We'll see it, and you'll be able to text us and share your thoughts, and hopefully they're worthy thoughts, because sometimes some people, they get silly. So we'd love to see it. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393, and then text the show. Be a part of what we're doing. Or call in, 239-9393. You're allowed. I don't always take calls, but if you call in, I might be interested. Litigation if Republicans attempt to redraw the lines. This from Wish TV, a spokesperson for the Indiana Democratic Party, telling Wish that there have been discussions on the prospect of a lawsuit. Right? And there's nothing to move forward on because there's no map officially under discussion. There was consideration. There was a map that's floated, but there's no saying that that's the one they're going to utilize. I argue that we should call the special session when it comes to redistricting. Some people disagree. That's why we discuss these things. I believe that the General Assembly should call it and they should discuss it. They absolutely have to discuss it. I think they have to do it. We are discussing what it is that the left is doing. Now, you say to me, wait, this starts in Texas, Tony. I don't disagree. This starts with Trump. I also don't disagree. But we get now to connect that to the idea of a lawsuit. Redistricting is a political process. What California is saying is if Texas does X, which they're doing in redistricting, we're going to redistrict and remove 5 Republican seats. That is retributive. Retributive? That's retribution? That's wrong. I'll have to figure out which word I was trying to say there. If that's the way it's going to be, and now the push has been for other Democratic states to do this, one must respond. You say to me, Tony, this is ugly. And I say to you, I agree. But I live in the real world and I'm here right now. What do you want to do? Ugly was the redistricting that took place in Illinois and California, and then they instituted these independent commissions, feel the air quotes, to keep the districts from ever changing, giving them the advantage. We think that J.B. Pritzker or Brandon Johnson or the Democrats in Illinois are moral. You had, what's his name from J6? Kinzinger. Adam Kinzinger, congressman from Illinois, Republican, allegedly, being part of the J6 committee, going after Trump with everything in him, and Democrats still moved the districts to get him out. They districted him out. These people are not moral or decent or good. They're not. They are as political as anybody else. So let us be honest about what we're dealing with. We're dealing with something political. And I believe that Republicans who have come out to say, we are not going to redistrict, we shouldn't be doing this, they're wrong, including Mitch Daniels. I like Mitch. I'm a fellow of the Mitch Daniels Leadership Foundation. I think Mitch has a tremendous amount to offer. But we are not discussing, well, we're better than that. We're discussing what is happening. There are a lot of things I'd like to be not doing. But the left is doing. And if you don't like what Texas did, well, then that's okay. But it's up to Texas to make that change. It's up to Texas to vote these people out on the state level, where they would have the absolute ability to do so. Now you say to me, politics is ugly, and I'll say to you, yeah, we know. We know. If you say to me I have to be above it, I think that's adorable. But that argument means you lose for forever. They're saying you have to be above it, but they are never above it. So now Indiana Democrats are talking about suing. Here's the question. Suing about what? If there is a change to district maps that would be voted on by the General Assembly, would it not? Democrats in the General Assembly can vote on this. You will probably lose, although you never know with this Republican Party. What exactly are you suing about? You're suing about the Republicans engaging a political process? I want to know where possibly this happens. You might lose this, Democrats. I didn't say you had to be happy about it. I didn't say you couldn't campaign on it. I didn't say you couldn't have statements about it. I'm asking about this idea of a lawsuit. Who are you suing? What are you suing for? What is illegal about redistricting? As far as I know, the answer is nothing. That the General Assembly, since state legislatures make this determination, they can go about doing this. Again, I ask, what possibly are you suing about? And it seems to me you're saying it because you know it's never going to happen. You don't have anything else. You can't even begin to make the cogent argument. And it's an easier cogent argument to make than you think. But you're so absolutely ridiculous, you can't just stop and breathe. Take a look at those Republicans who have already said they don't want to do this and engage this rationally. We hope the Republican Party listens to this person, this person, this person, this person. Let's save redistricting for when the new census comes out like we're supposed to, right? Even though there's no supposed to. That's the wording you should use. Lawsuits? Who are you going to sue? You're the General Assembly. Some of you voted one way, some of you voted another way. You lost. That's it. That's all there is to it. So we leave that to the side. Then we get to Jamie Raskin. And this is a great example of how Democrats can't simply go about engaging in the ways that they should. They always overplay their hand. They always lose their minds. They always go to the nth degree, as opposed to having faith in the people they're talking to and rationally engaging their point of view. This is Congressman Jamie Raskin, impeachment manager and all. Clearly, the left has had enough of just calling Trump Hitler.
When private comments made by federal employees are scrutinized for anti-Trump bias and they can lose their jobs because of it, then we've entered the realm not just of Vladimir Putin, but of Joseph Stalin.
If anybody had disagreed with Stalin, Stalin would have had him executed. If you have members of Trump's team not interested in fulfilling the vision he was voted to implement, yeah, the president's going to fire you. And if you're engaged in some level of radicalness on social media, why shouldn't you be fired? You can believe, you could disagree, you do all those things, sure. But is that what we're talking about? And you think that this is akin to Stalin? The left never has a bottom, man. And they need one badly. That way they can try and bounce back up. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
All right, east side crash, eastbound 70 before Emerson Avenue, crash on the shoulder. No delay at the moment. South side northbound 65 is delayed 8 minutes from South Keystone Avenue onto the south split. West side crash, northbound 465 before Washington Street. Blocks the right shoulder, causes stop-and-go traffic back to I-70 for a 3-minute delay. Inbound 69, a 5-minute delay from 106th Street to 465. On the east side, northbound 465, slow after 74, up to Brookville Road. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Zillow ranks Indianapolis number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen and are holding strong. Now is a great time to sell. Hire the team with proven systems to maximize your equity. Sell your home with Mark Dietel. Maybe you want a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Luke and Emma in Franklin said, we began building our new dream home and we needed to sell our old place at a great price to pay for it. The Mark Dietel team made it easy with multiple offers in the first weekend and closed in 25 days at the price we wanted. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel, 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, Dietel, markdietel.com.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. For service today. Today.
The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is back at the racing capital of the world. This sports car racing event, September 19th through 21st, is different than anything you've seen at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Sunday the 21st, it's the TireRack.com Battle on the Bricks. And now the race runs 6 hours. The paddock is open for fans all weekend long. Infield camping opportunities make this a can't-miss weekend. Kids 15 and under are free with a paid adult. Get your tickets at IMS.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5 and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studio, State Police are talking about a drunk driving incident from last night. Multiple firefighters hurt overnight, and what IMPD is saying about what happened downtown this morning. After Fox News, you are listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis on a Friday morning. It's 8 o'clock.
National Guard troops will keep patrolling D.C. through November. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We continue to work to ensure that everyone that walks through these city streets is safe.
That's D.C. Guard Commander General Leland Blanchard extending a Trump crackdown the president says has brought crime down to virtually nothing. But Washington's Attorney General has filed suit trying to end the Guard deployment.
We have Democratic leaders here kind of flip-flopping on their take on having this federalization here, but at the same time receiving a lot of praise for falling crime rates. Let's see what this is what D.C.'s AG Brian Schwab said yesterday about this lawsuit. He wrote, "No American city should have the U.S. military, particularly out-of-state military, who are not accountable to the residents and untrained in local law enforcement policing its streets." It's D.C. today, but could be any other city tomorrow.
That's Fox's Alexandria Hoff at the White House, where later today, the president, in an executive order, will rebrand the Department of Defense the War Department, what it used to be called, though a permanent name change would need congressional approval. Democrats keep calling for HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be fired over vaccine policy changes and the firings of the CDC director and others, following a contentious Senate hearing when Kennedy sparred over and over with Democrats, telling Maggie Hassan,
You're making things up to scare people, and it's a lie.
Senator Mark Warner said,
Secretary of Health and Human Services doesn't know matter how many Americans died from COVID. Doesn't know if the vaccine helped prevent any deaths. And you are sitting as Secretary of Health and Human Services? How can you be that ignorant?
Some Republicans were also critical of Kennedy over vaccines, but President Trump is standing by him.
If you look at what's going on in the world with health, and look at this country also with regard to health, I like the fact that he's different.
Will the president trust the monthly jobs report coming out later this hour? It's the first one since the much weaker than expected July update that included massive revisions down in hiring for May and July, prompting the president to fire the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Multiple first responders injured overnight. Nothing on radar. 57 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 77. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. 2 Indianapolis firefighters were injured this morning while responding to a house fire near East 16th and North Sherman Drive. Crews arrived right before 1 o'clock. They found a single-family home burning. One firefighter was treated and cleared at the scene. IFD has not released details about the second firefighter, and the cause of the fire is still being looked at. An Indiana State trooper taken to the hospital late Thursday after a person who the cops say was drunk hit her car along I-65 near downtown.
Yeah, so a trooper got called to a disabled vehicle that was stopped in the road. There was no shoulder there for the vehicle to get off of, and it's dark. And so for us, that's an emergency response call. And
That's State Police Sergeant John Perrine.
was helping the vehicle that was broken down, getting them some help. And Trooper Howard came along as the second vehicle to provide some additional protection for those people that were going to be outside of their car.
And the person that was driving the car that hit her patrol car is in jail facing drunk driving charges. Police say 2 women were shot in downtown Indianapolis early this morning. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
And it all started from an altercation. That's what one woman told police. She said she and another woman were walking along South Meridian Street at around 3 in the morning. When they crossed paths with a man, something went sideways, and he shot them both. The suspect took off, and the 2 women were taken to a hospital in unknown conditions. IMPD is now investigating and have not released a description on the suspect. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You may have heard about crime in downtown Indianapolis and thought to yourself, well, crime must be up because of all the shootings. But no, IMPD says crime is down, and Mayor Joe Hogsett says he's pleased.
Do you think your city is safe?
Yes, I do believe Indianapolis. Over the last 3 years, we have reduced criminal homicides by over 50%. And while we still have a ways to go, the numbers are trending in the right direction.
IMPD Chief Chris Bailey says when it comes to crime, perception is reality for a lot of people. The season is over for Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark. Here's John Herrick.
Clark has had a few injuries this season, and she's not played in a game since July 15th. Fever General Manager Amber Cox said the team is giving Clark every available resource to try and help her recover, but time was not on their side, and there was just not enough time left in the season for her to safely return. Clark says she's frustrated, but she appreciates the support from the fans. The Fever have 3 games left in the regular season, and they're still in contention for the WNBA postseason. Reporting outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis, John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indianapolis Colts kick off their season at home Sunday against the Miami Dolphins. Kickoff time 1 o'clock, and week 3 of high school football is here. It starts tonight. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
East side eastbound 70 before Emerson Avenue. Crash on the right shoulder. No delay at the moment. There is a bit of a slowdown as you make your way through. South side northbound 65 delay 12 minutes. Keystone Avenue into the south split. And southbound 65 70 slow from Michigan Street to the south split because of construction. Inbound 69 5-minute delay 106 to 465. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. That's 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. We've got temps in the 50s, and we've got some clear conditions, but also a little bit of haze from some smoke from wildfires across parts of southern Canada. I don't think that'll be with us all day long. We'll look for partly cloudy skies this afternoon, highs around 74. Tonight, a few more clouds out there, and just a slight chance for a few showers, especially south of Indianapolis. Lows near 53. Maybe a few lingering showers very early in the morning on Saturday, otherwise partly cloudy. Highs around 72, and beautiful on Sunday. Mostly sunny skies with highs near 72.
So the Canadians are trying to smoke us out, are they?
That is correct. Yes, they are.
It's been constant over the last couple of years, these wildfires out of Canada. Just a dryer, or has this been going on longer than I realize?
I feel like it's been going on for a couple of years as well. I mean, remember, was it several years ago? I mean, it was bad. Like, we had one of the worst air pollution.
Yeah, and the East Coast was just getting blanketed from Boston to New York. So
from what in New York?
From Boston to New York, that whole area.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Right. Mm-hmm. That whole Acela corridor. I just didn't know if there was something specific or particular going on that we're experiencing more of it. Did wind patterns change, or is there something else? It could very well be just the Canadians are very bad at their own control of their forests. But I was just curious if there's something you saw.
I don't think there's anything like meteorologically that I am aware of that would be causing more issues for us here.
That's Tara Hastings. Finger on the pulse, ladies and gentlemen.
You betcha.
You betcha. Producer Carl had sent me some more sounders of yours. I gotta go check those out.
Check them out. I can't wait.
Yeah, because he's always sending me something, because you've got some doozies. Let me see. Let's see. There's this one.
Ooh, okay.
That was you.
Mm-hmm.
That was you right there. Then there's Tune In.
I like it.
Yeah, but that's got me in there.
Oh,
Tune In.
I like it.
Yeah, that one's not going to work, Carl. Sorry. And
okay, bye-bye.
Nope. Maybe this one.
Ooh, okay.
That one.
That
sticks.
one's better.
Yeah,
good job, Carl. Good job.
That's a mistake.
Oh. Do you need to play that one all the time? Good job, Carl. Good job.
Easy enough. Done. Tara Hastings, Wish TV, thank you. Appreciate it. 56 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:09.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
So the raid on John Bolton's home, it did indeed bring a result. And yes, classified documents he wasn't supposed to have. How many people have classified documents in their home? Somebody check Nigel's house right away. Tony Katz. 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. So John Bolton, the former ambassador to the UN, national security advisor under President Trump in the first term, now absolutely outspoken against President Trump. His home in Bethesda and his office in D.C. were raided by the FBI, part of an investigation, allegations that he snuck national security files out of the White House during the first term, emailing them to family members on a private server. This investigation started during the Biden Justice Department. This is not a Trump thing. Utilizing these documents allegedly to help him write a book. There's the hardware that was found, 3 computers, 2 iPhones. They also found 2 USB drives, a hard drive, 4 boxes of printed daily activities, typed documents in folders labeled Trump 1 through 4, and a white binder labeled Statements and Reflections to Allied Strikes. What? Go to jail. I'm sorry, I have the same feeling about this as I've had about anybody else with classified documents. When Mike Pence found that he had classified documents, he immediately called the White House or called the FBI and let them know. And immediately his house got searched. And what they found didn't amount to anything. Why he had them, I still don't know. Except I can argue within this that there is a level of overclassification that happens in America. Trump had classified documents. He shouldn't have had them. Was he given these documents so then his Mar-a-Lago could be raided? A little bit of that happened, but some things he had and he shouldn't. Joe Biden, there's no excuse. John Bolton, there's no excuse. This isn't retribution. John Bolton seemingly has done something very wrong here. We'll keep our eyes on it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
People think slavery ended long ago, but what if I told you it's worse than ever? Human trafficking is an epidemic, stealing lives in plain sight. Into the darkness, God raised up Project Rescue, bringing light, healing, and hope. Every year, Life Church partners with the Lucas family to host the Hope Starts Here breakfast for business partners with the gift of giving who want to make a difference. Join us Thursday, September 18th at Lucas Estates and see what happens when Hoosiers stand united against evil. Learn more at lifechurchin.com.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl-space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve. Plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
Hammer and Nigel.
The state of Texas can require voter ID for mail-in ballots.
It's not required already.
But Joe Biden got 82 million legal votes, Nigel. If you think otherwise, you might as well put the tinfoil hat on, okay? I don't think it's asking too much to have some sort of proof that you're a legal citizen in your mail-in ballot. Find a way.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Shop incredible end-of-summer savings at the Scandinavian Designs Labor Day sale. For a limited time, take up to 70% off select modern furniture and decor for every room in your home, including living room, bedroom, dining room, and more. This is the perfect opportunity to get your space prepped for the party season ahead. Stop by your local showroom today or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com. Scandinavian Designs. We make it simple, you make it home.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Southside, a 7-minute delay on northbound 65 Keystone Avenue up to the south split. East side crash, eastbound 70 before Emerson on the shoulder. Southbound 65 70 downtown stop and go traffic, Michigan Street down to the south split. And then on the east side, northbound 465 slow after 70 up to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
56 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:15. I was going to be having a conversation about this. I talked about it earlier this week, this Jerusalem prayer breakfast, but phone issues are unable to get through. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Taking place in Indianapolis next week. You can go to JPB for Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast, Indiana.org. JPBindiana.org, and you can request an invitation. What I find interesting about it, and I've been asked to be there and do some interviews, and like I don't know if I could do all 3 days, but I'm definitely thinking of spending at least a day. When I engage my conversations about, for example, this subject, Israel, right? Everyone makes the assumption that it's all personal, and I would make the argument that some of it probably is. Now, some of it definitely is. But the overarching argument is rational. Do you have a right to exist? Do you have the right to defend yourself? And most importantly, why do you have to keep explaining to people that you have this right? This goes back to the whole Tim Kaine conversation, believing that rights come from government, not nature, and nature's God. It's just, it's a surreal way to look at the world. It's a surreal thought process. But moreover, the idea of an event like this, as we see events that happen all over the place, is about whether or not there is something that you actually get out of it. This is my curiosity. I think very often that events like this right? It's happening in Indianapolis. This has happened in Spain. This has happened in Jerusalem. This has happened all across the globe. Is this so you could say you had the event? It's so you could say, oh, look, it's happening here, or you get to travel somewhere, and now you've got an excuse to travel? You know that happens. We shouldn't lie to each other. What's the value of this event or events like this? Certainly, I look at something like this and I say to myself, well, the value of us hosting this in Indianapolis is that why shouldn't we be seen as a city, as a state, leading the way in very valuable conversations about camaraderie, about business, about shared values, and aligning on those values to create the better tomorrow. That makes sense to me. I like meetings like this and would like to see more of this happening, not specifically about Israel, but in general, because this is more of the push, something I haven't discussed it in a while because Indianapolis clearly doesn't want to be ready for this. We don't have the leadership in Indianapolis. I don't necessarily know if we've got it in the General Assembly to move this concept. Indianapolis should be the capital of the Midwest. I made this argument quite a few years ago. I think I made this argument pre-COVID. We should be the capital of the Midwest. We are it. Indiana is where it is at. Yet I have a General Assembly that I don't know if they 100% believe it and I should say this of Governor Braun as well, when I take a look at how they're, for example, engaging with the IEDC. There is no vision there about Indiana's economic future. None. None. I mean, we're having a conversation about data centers in Indiana that basically says, we're going to put in data centers. No, data centers bad. That's not it. That is not it. Maybe data centers don't work for some areas, but they work great for other areas. Well, data centers take energy. How do we then engage with those companies that want to put in the data centers to provide their own energy? Why is it an all or nothing proposition? Why is there no work taking place for something better? Indiana should be the capital. Indianapolis should be the capital of the Midwest, and we are losing it daily, and we have been for years because there is no vision. And so when an event like this comes, I say good, because it allows us to remind people that great things happen here. Great things happen here. There was always this line, I forget who said it. I don't know if they're a Republican or a Democrat. You can look it up, Producer Carl. Wherever something important's happening, there's always a Hoosier behind it. Wherever there's something interesting, there's always a Hoosier hard at work behind the scenes. It's something like that. If you could find it, I'd appreciate it. I mean, I didn't give you much to work with there, Producer Carl, but you know what I mean? If you can. That's who we should be. That's who we should be. What I have always been told is that Hoosiers are not going to be first. They're going to really take a look at what a subject is, and then they're going to do it great. That's been the argument. I think that is a very Mitch Daniels era argument. I don't believe that's applying today, and I think that is one of our greatest problems. The idea that we got vision from Eric Holcomb is laughable. Eric Holcomb certainly engaged in some of the non-sexier things, like workforce development. He engaged with trying to do outreach to other nations about opportunities. I never quoted him. I never faulted him from that. The line is from Kurt Vonnegut. I don't know what it is about Hoosiers, but wherever you go, there's always a Hoosier doing something very important there. I knew there was a line. I thought it was a Politico. Kurt Vonnegut. Well done. From the novel Cat's Cradle. Holcomb at least made an attempt to bring business. To the extent that he was successful or his team was successful is questionable. And certainly that last trip to Greece was a total lie. It was a vacation, Eric Holcomb. We see you. I hope you had fun on our dime. I hope you and Diego Morales had fun on our dime. Although I don't know who paid for Diego's trips. I'm still waiting to find out. But effing Diego won't answer us. Fake news, Diego. He referred to WIBC as fake news, but of course we have a news department that has been delivering news for years. I do commentary, and he can't tell us what it is that we ever lied about, so he's fake news Diego Morales. But it takes too long to say, so it's just effing Diego. Right? You know what I mean, producer Carl. It's just trying to make it easier.
Yes, that's what we do. Make it easier.
Yeah, that's it. So effing Diego and his Tokyo Rose, Lindsay Eaton, in his press team. We need to be people with a greater vision, and we don't have it. We don't have it in the places that we need it. Our great visions are the Fairbanks Foundation saying we should have a tax on cigarettes. Now, these are the people who also, Claire Finney and Green, are very aggressive on this idea of how we do apprenticeship. That's real vision. Oh, I applaud it. I'm only bothered that I never got to go on the trip. You can't just have CEOs going on these trips. You got to have the people who are actually going to implement some of these ideas. I think was this out of Sweden and how they're doing apprenticeship, and it's super fascinating. It's a great idea. And I have not heard thing one. Has this been embraced by General Assembly, by the governor? And if so, why isn't this being talked about, these ideas? What I like about this Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast, September 9th to 11th, you can go to jpbindiana.org. jpbindiana.org. Is that it's about something greater. Does something like this create opportunities for investment? I would like to think so. Does it create opportunities for opportunities that I have not even thought of? I hope so. And if we could do this here, why can't we do this with Taiwan? Okay, it might not have the spiritual component of a Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast, which absolutely, that's a part of this, unquestionably. And I don't mind that either. But we can do other things. We can be visionary people. Are data centers really the end of civilization? Absolutely not. Are they for every part of Indiana? Maybe not. Are they the end of times and we should get rid of them altogether? No one has said that. What if there's a way to make it work? And if it's not data centers, let's identify the thing that we should be doing. But in all ways, we should be engaging in a leadership conversation, and we're not. Indianapolis has lost its edge because of leadership that refuses to lead and is more interested in some kind of woke nonsense claptrap and a mayor who is not all there. Indiana's losing its edge. We don't have an economic vision. We don't. If Governor Braun wants to think so, he can, but he's wrong. And if his team wants to think so, they're just willing to accept whatever it is that the governor wants to hear. We don't have it. And we need it. An economic vision, a philosophical vision. We are better. We're Hoosiers. We're better. Oh, and yes, for the people who told me I'm not a Hoosier after living here 11 years, the Democrats who told me, you ain't from around here, are you, boy? This is home. And if you want me out, well, I shouldn't even say it because I'm sure some of you think it. This is home, and I'd like to make it better. Matt Barrett's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
South side, slow. Keystone Avenue up to the south split for a 7-minute delay. Crash eastbound 70 on the east side before Emerson Avenue. No delay right now. Just be careful. Watch out for the shoulders. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Central Indiana knows tough, but your water shouldn't be. Indiana ranks among the hardest water in the country, and your home is paying the price. Connecticut's non-electric timer means no timer, settings, or headaches. Just water that works, even when the power doesn't. And the twin tank design means clean, soft water 24/7. Connecticut water softeners are the solution, made in the U.S. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com and mention Made in the U.S. for an additional $250 off your purchase of a softener. Connecticut, American-made, Midwest tough.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
Scrolling all day. Clickbait everywhere. But the facts, they're harder to find.
WIBC didn't just report the story. They explained why it matters.
I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go.
I check the WIBC website every morning before I even open social media.
Online, on social, on air. Stay in the know while you're on the go.
You've got to stay in the know.
Stay informed.
Now more than ever, we have information.
93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Do you need air conditioning service and want to work with a dealer you can trust in Boone and Hamilton County like Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning? Just go to IndyHomeComfort.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
The state of Texas can require voter ID for mail-in ballots.
It's not required already.
But Joe Biden got 82 million legal votes, Nigel. If you think otherwise, you might as well put the tinfoil hat on, okay? I don't think it's asking too much to have some sort of proof that you're a legal citizen in your mail-in ballot. Find a way.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Kendall and Casey.
The ultimate job of why we send people to Congress is not to be a teammate or an opposition to the president. It's to be a check and balance. If there's areas you agree, great, you vote together. If there's areas you don't agree, you push back. And all we see now in terms of our Congress is just, hey, if it's Democrat, it's blanket opposition. And if you're Republican, it's blatant errand boy behavior.
Kendall and Casey, weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
We play fair in Indiana, but Washington insiders want to cheat. They want taxpayers to spend millions to redraw legislative maps approved just 4 years ago. That's not democracy. It's a power grab, and they're hoping you won't notice. Thankfully, some of our leaders are saying no to D.C. politics. Tell politicians Hoosiers don't cheat. Protect our votes and get back to focusing on our real problems. Join the team at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
A lawsuit challenging President Trump's crime crackdown. Nothing on radar. 57 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 75. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 8:31. Washington, D.C. has filed a federal lawsuit against the Trump administration challenging its deployment of National Guard troops in the city.
This is what D.C.'s AG Brian Schwab said yesterday about this lawsuit. He wrote, "No American city should have the U.S. military, particularly out-of-state military, who are not accountable to the residents and untrained in local law enforcement policing its streets."
That's Fox News reporter Alexandria Hoff at the White House.
Now, White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson, she hit back stating this lawsuit is nothing more than another attempt at the detriment of D.C. residents and visitors to undermine the president's highly successful operations.
Meanwhile, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has threatened to sue the Trump administration if they do the same thing they're doing in Washington, D.C. Indianapolis police say there's been a drop in crime over the past 5 years, and you should notice it's down nearly 15%. That is all violent crime. Mayor Jill Hogsett says the city's strategy is working.
I am proud of IMPD's efforts to make sure that our residents are safe downtown. And the truth is, it is a place where people are safe.
And he says?
There are unfortunate incidents, but frankly, unfortunate incidents occur all over the town.
Mayor Hogsett spoke with WIBC News after the groundbreaking on the Indiana Fever's new practice facility built on the site of the old Marion County Jail Thursday. Senators questioned Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on Thursday about recent staffing changes at his department, including the dismissal of CDC's director and the resignation of several senior officials.
We need true research to say what is right, what is wrong. I don't believe that 6 months old should be vaccinated for COVID.
That's Republican Representative Greg Murphy on Fox News a couple of minutes ago. Lawmakers from both parties did raise concerns about how the shakeups could affect public health policy and vaccine guidance. Ticket prices for Disneyland have continued to rise. Here's Fox Business's Max Gordon.
MickeyVisit.com tracks ticket prices. Its data shows single-day one-park tickets can reach as high as $206. Over the years, the highest-priced tickets have increased in cost by $110. And once you buy your ticket, you have the option to spend more. So far, prices haven't stopped people from coming. According to Disney CEO Bob Iger, visitation to Disneyland has reached around 30 million people per year. Disney sent a statement to Fox Business saying for more than 70 years, Disney parks have welcomed families from all walks of life by offering a wide range of ticket, hotel, and dining options to fit different budgets, and that commitment will never change.
And sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Dallas Cowboys 24-20 in a season opener that included plenty of penalties, a 1-hour lightning delay, and one player kicked out for spitting on quarterback Dak Prescott.
He was insulting me. Like, I wouldn't spit on somebody. I'm damn sure not trying to spit on you. Like, we're about to play a game. I'm wondering why you're trying to mess with the rookie. And so when I stepped through, I actually say the words like, what the hell would I, excuse me, but I'm probably even more colorful. What would I need to spit on you for? And he just spit on me in that moment.
And Prescott talked about his run-in with defensive tackle Jalen Carter, who admitted that he messed up and said he wouldn't do it again. The Indianapolis Colts kick off the season Sunday at home against the Miami Dolphins with Daniel Jones at quarterback and Jonathan Taylor at running back.
He has to make sure, everyone is in the right places, the right position. Of course, we need to know our book as well, but as far as he's like the general on the field.
And the game starts at 1. Caitlin Clark says she's officially done for the season. The Fever Guard posted an update Thursday confirming she will not return in 25. She's been sidelined since mid-July with a groin injury and says now she's recovering on focusing on recovery. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Southside crash, US 31 at Thompson Road. Northbound 65 delayed 5 minutes from Keystone to the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 56 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight.
Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. You've got the Dow futures right now down 120, down 125. NASDAQ futures are up 117. Dow futures are down 125. 125. Is that because we get a jobs report out today? There it is. There it is, out right now. Payrolls. Wait, no. Stop. That's not the number. Hold on a second. That's not the number. Labor Department on Friday reports employers added 22,000 jobs. I'm sorry, 22,000? 22,000. That's not even a number. The estimate was 75,000. Unemployment rate up to 4.3%. And that explains why the market's down. I'm very curious now. Because sometimes these things don't play the way I think they will. This means that. Sometimes, like, well, there's a bit of nuance that one is forgetting. Oil prices where they have been, $62.73 on the West Texas crude. The Brent crude is at $66.26. The 10-year Treasury right now coming in at 4.107. That's where I'm paying attention, because this has been coming down a little bit, and it coincides. If you get the show sheet, it'll be on there today. Or was there yesterday? I have it yesterday. That mortgage rates are down? Mortgage rates are down. They're at they're basically their lowest numbers since I believe it's since COVID. Oh no, sorry, not COVID. Since October of 24. My mistake. I apologize. So you've got this story from Fox Business about mortgage rates at their lowest level since October 24. The 30-year fixed at 6.5%. Now, 6.5% is not enough to move the people that you need to move the people to see a better housing market. You got to be at 5%. That's when things will move. Maybe things have gone on so long that if you were at 5.9, houses would pick up in earnest again. Maybe that would be the case. But allow me to couple this story with something else. Investor home purchases fall to lowest level since 2020. That's why I got it confused with the other story about 2024. So mortgage numbers, those rates, lowest since October 2024. So basically a year ago. Investor home purchases, lowest number since 2020. Why? Well, it could be that eventually you've bought all the houses that you're going to buy that are worth buying. Maybe that's it. You've just bought, investors are going to buy all the houses they're going to buy. They're only getting so much return. They've moved on to other things. Investors bought 52,000 homes in the second quarter, down 6% from a year earlier. 2021, they bought 90,000 homes in a single quarter. Markets do change and philosophies do change, and eventually you can kind of saturate a market. Also, there are cities that are kind of pushing back against this. I think Fishers was one of them. We have to do something about the investor buyer. I think it's hard to tell a homeowner, you can't do with your property what you will. But these cities do have an argument. If you continue to have the investor class, you have people who don't care as much about their property as someone who is the homeowner itself. And therefore, and we can show this in data, property values go down. And it's a real concern. It's legitimate. Some people discuss, the need for density. I'll talk about, for example, Carmel, though. I'd be curious if Brownsburg has the same conversation, or Greenwood. And I'll take those mayors. I'd love to have this talk. A lot of apartments built in Carmel. I think too many, way too many. You create a more transient type of resident, and you also are bringing in a different political set. Younger, etc., and that usually means more left-leaning. Is that really what you want? Some people argue, well, the apartments here in Carmel are really meant for the people who are downsizing. They are renters by choice, not necessity, meaning they've sold the house, the family's moved out, and they're changing their lifestyle altogether. It's a really fascinating concept because you don't often think of it like that, and you say, okay, that's certainly possible. We're talking about luxury apartments or luxury condos, luxury townhouses. Interesting. So maybe that's not true of every apartment or apartment complex in Carmel, but it might be true of other places. And then some people say, well, you don't like apartments because the kind of people who move in apartments, you're just a racist. That's always a fantastic way to engage an honest conversation. That is just purely an evil thing to say. There's a conversation about how you grow and how you grow properly. There is. But the conversation started with the idea of how many rentals do you want? And the cities have an argument to make about how many rentals they want and how it affects the city, just like I'm discussing those cities that say we can't be selling to investors because it hurts the fabric of where we are, it hurts property values, it hurts everything. It's an interesting conversation. It's interesting that they're not buying as many, while mortgage rates are down, but that certainly could be for the home buyer versus the investor. In the main, you got to get under 6. I said you got to get under 5. Maybe it is that 5.9. Kevin O'Leary says it's 5.5. But these jobs numbers, 22,000 jobs? I'm missing something here. And as we have spoken, the Dow went from down 125 to down 65. I'm going to have to get with Dr. Matt Will. We got to figure this out. Keep it here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Kendall and Casey.
The ultimate job of why we send people to Congress is not to be a teammate or an opposition to the president. It's to be a check and balance. If there's areas you agree, great, you vote together. If there's areas you don't agree, you push back. And all we see now in terms of our Congress is just, hey, if it's Democrat, it's blanket opposition. And if you're Republican, it's blatant errand boy behavior.
Kendall and Casey. Weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Yeah, Tony, south side, northbound 65, stop and go traffic, Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a 4-minute delay. Crash on the south side. It's Thompson Road at US 31. And southbound 6570 is slow because of the construction. Michigan Street down to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Get ready for the Colts Ultimate Tailgate, Sunday, September 7th at 9:30 a.m. We're kicking things off at Slippery Noodle. Start game day with WIBC. Drink specials, games, prizes, and more. Don't miss the party before the party with Neutral and Jack Daniels. Details at WIBC.com.
It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Here's how we play our game. Producer Carl has picked a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I can get help from the chat room there, youtube.com/WIBC. You should get in there. We live stream every single day. It's the greatest live stream in the history of mankind. Or I can phone a friend. I believe I know what this is. I believe. But I'm going to phone a friend anyway and ask Matt Bear. Matt Bear, what is this television theme song?
That's Sons of Anarchy, Tony.
Nice. Well done. Well played. Turn up. I'm going to take a shot. If the chat room wants to throw in, someone asked, is this the Brett Butler show? I knew it was not the Brett Butler show, but I like it. I believe this is the theme song to Reba. Oh my! Really? No. This isn't the theme song to Reba?
No.
That's not Reba McEntire?
No. I mean, she might be Reba McEntire, but the show is not for Reba. I don't know who sings it.
What, did you just move away from you? I can barely hear you, man.
Oh, I don't know who sings it. It might be Reba singing, but it's not for the Reba show.
Oh my God. Okay, now I open it up. I have absolutely no idea what this is. None. Zero idea what in the world this is. I thought Reba was it. It is not Ally McBeal. What?
It what? Was that your guess, or did you see it in the chat room?
No, that was the chat room. That was Claudia in the chat room.
Yeah, it's Ally McBeal.
That's the theme to Ally McBeal? Play it again. The theme is called Searching My Soul, and it's sung by Vonda Shepard. So it's not Reba. I know nothing about country. That's what I just learned. Yeah, wow. Wow, I would not have gotten Ally McBeal. Now the chat room is demanding prizes. You're lucky I let you in the chat room. Don't you even... Don't get over your skis, kitten. Good Lord. Oh, I booted that well. I booted it twice. I swear to you, I thought it was Reba. That's exactly what I thought it was. I have been flim-flammed and hornswoggled. On Tony Katz today, I'm going to figure out this economic mess. I'm going to figure out what's going on here. These payrolls, 22,000, 75,000 expected. We're not creating jobs. Manufacturing is down again. I'm telling you that it will come sooner rather than later, that the tariffs are going to start increasing the cost. The companies won't eat them anymore. And we're making less stuff, possibly because the stuff that we need to make the stuff is more expensive to get. We will discuss this. Then we have got the Department of Defense becoming the Department of War, which it was originally, which I have absolutely no problem with. I also am fine with calling it the Department of Kicking Ass and Taking Names. I'm fine with that. I'm sorry, kicking derriere and taking names. I should be more proper. Right? I would also accept the Department of, oh, no, you didn't. I'm fine with that as well. Like, that works. Oh, Department of War is just fine. And I want to say for the record, no one cares. In the end, no one cares. It was the Department of War. We renamed this thing after World War II. Why? And if the argument is, well, it doesn't really lend itself to being a kind and gentle, let's not be kind and gentle. Maybe that's a fundamental flaw in our argument. You know, we have the emblem of the United States there. We've got this eagle. And in its talons, it has arrows. In its talons, it has the olive branch. And the eagle faces the olive branch. In times of war, the eagle faces the arrows. I'm not saying that the eagle should always face the arrows. I think we should recognize that we've got them. I think that's a sound argument that we can defend ourselves, we can fight back, and at times we absolutely need to. And this idea of, well, we're tired of forever wars is a far different argument than we should somehow not respond when we are being attacked or abused. Our mentality needs to get tougher, stronger. Our thought process needs to be different. Right? It's Rodney Dangerfield in Old School. Was it Old School? What does that mean to you? It means we don't take crap from no one. Yeah, he didn't say it that way. I cleaned it up right there. By the way, I believe it's Old School is the name. Oh, it's Back to School. Old School was with Will Ferrell. Back to School is with Rodney Dangerfield. And that is a must-watch film. Thank you. Thank you. I am here for you. I like, as an idea of attitude, why not? Why not? I think we should be talking about that. So we've got a lot to get to on Tony Katz today at noon, and I hope to have some interesting announcements next week for not only you, but for our trolls. Oh, they're going to be so unhappy. Goodbye, me. I'll catch you guys at noon. Kendall and Case, you're up next. Matt Bear has traffic.
All right, Tony, south side, northbound 65 stop and go traffic from Raymond Street into the South Split. That's because of construction and a crash on the south side. It's Thompson Road at US 31 there at the broken left. Southbound 6570 slows at Michigan Street down to the South Split. And if you are coming in for the Colts game this weekend, watch out. Southsiders northbound 65, of course, under construction from 465 into the South Split. And Madison Avenue under construction south of downtown down to Pleasant Run. And that is a construction zone that's one lane in each direction. It feels dangerous, and we have had a lot of activity in that construction zone this week, so please be careful if you're coming up from the south side. Northeast Siders coming in for the Colts game this weekend. Southbound 465 will be under construction right around East 56th Street down to I-70, and again, lanes will be reduced in that area for the Clear Path construction project there.